Hello and welcome to Essential Understanding FSAT, an in-depth look at essential oils and their applications for your life. My name is Cassandra. I am a certified aromatherapist, a member of the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapy, a wife to a wonderful husband, a mother and educator to 3 beautiful children, and a follower of Jesus Christ. The information provided in this video series is not intended to diagnose or treat any medical conditions. Rather, I focus on wellness through self-care, utilizing essential oils. So we're still looking at the A to Z of essential oils, and I did say last video that we'll be doing 3 from this point forward. Again, I like to color outside the lines, so that's just what I chose to do, is to add the 3 back in. So we're going to start off today with the oil of clove. So here's the constituents of the oil of clove. We have eugenol, which makes up about 70 to 90% of the overall constituents in the oil of clove. B-carefulline, methyl salicylate, camphorol, acetyl eugenol, triterpenoids, galotanic acid, rhamnactin, vanillin, and eugenin. So let's break these up into their proper categories. We have phenylpropanoids, eugenol, eugenin, acetyl eugenol. And again, that's 70 to 90% of the oil of clove is a phenylpropanoid. Sesquiterpenes, B-carefulline, phenolic aldehyde, sesquiterpenes, we have just one, B-carefulline, and then phenolic aldehyde is the vanillin. Acetate ester, methyl salicylate, then we have some flavonoids, camphorol, rhamnactin, and then we have some polyphenol, or better known as tannins, galotanic acid. So we're going to take a look at phenylpropanoids because there is due caution that needs to be taken with phenylpropanoids. So, phenylpropanoids. They're analgesic, they're hypotensive, which is good for reducing stress and blood pressure, anti-inflammatory, it's an anesthetic and disinfectant for the skin. However, it's toxic if ingested, even in small amounts. It's not recommended for use for children under the age of 2. It is not something that you can consume. The essential oil is so highly concentrated with phenylpropanoids that it can cause even in small doses can cause nausea, vomiting, convulsions, respiratory failure, heart failure, death. So all good reasons to avoid consuming the oil of clove. And there is a risk of reaction even from skin contact. So not using it in children under the age of 2 is a great way to avoid any unnecessary injuries to small children. So let's take a look at some other things that are inside of the oil of clove. Flavonoids. They're powerful antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and immune boosting. They support the cardiac and the nervous system, also called bioflavonoids. That's the common name that you hear in the media, is bioflavonoids. So tannins, if you're a wine connoisseur, if you drink a lot of wine, you'll know all about tannins, but tannins are highly astringent and they're pesticidal. They're the reason when you drink wine, when you get that pucker in your mouth, it's the astringency of the tannins. So let's look at 3 of the constituents: eugenol, antibacterial, antiviral, antiseptic, anesthetic. It's an aphrodisiac. A sedative, antifungal, antioxidant, depurative, and controls acne. Camphorol, antioxidant, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory. It supports the cardiac and the nervous system. It supports the bone strength and density. Estrogenic support, so it supports natural hormone balance inside of, or estrogen balance inside of the female body and male body, because both males and females produce estrogen. Analgesic and anti-allergic effects. Vanillin, it's antioxidant, anti-cancer, skin protector, and supports brain health. And yes, vanillin is the highest constituent inside of vanilla, which gives us, these are all the benefits of vanilla too, so that's good to know. And I love raw, fresh vanilla bean. When you cut it open, you take out the beans, and you can mix it in like facial scrubs. It's great in food. Like it's so fantastic. And vanilla overall evokes an emotional response in people of relaxation and calming and just happiness. I know vanilla is one of my mother's favorite scents. Benefits and uses of clove essential oil. It's anti-infectious. It supports its dental support. Because it is something you should not consume, it is something that you can place a small amount inside of a toothpaste that you may make, but be very careful. Do not actually swallow it. Even small amounts can make you very sick. Skin care. It boosts the immune system. It reduces stress. relief from headaches, respiratory support, earache relief, increases blood circulation, it reduces nausea, it's a blood purifier, even through inhaling, it's been shown to purify, go even through the olfactory system, and it's an insect repellent. So that is our first oil. Let's move on to the next one here. We have the oil of citronella. So these are the constituents of the oil of citronella. Geraniol, citronellol, limonene, E-methyl-isoeugenol, camphene, citronellyl acetate, and then citronellol. Let's break them up into their proper categories. So we have some monoterpenes here. Geraniol, limonene, citronellol. It's a monoterpenoid. Again, it comes from a monoterpene. Citronellol, monoterpenoid again. Camphene. And then we have phenylpropanoids, E-methyl-isoeugenol. And then we have our acetate, citronellol acetate. Let's take a look at two of the constituents of the oil of citronella. Citronellol, antimicrobial, antifungal, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, analgesic, supports the cardiovascular system, it lowers blood pressure, and is used as a pesticide. Geraniol, it's a mosquito repellent, but it does attract, and I just learned this is interesting, it attracts bees as it is produced by the scent glands of honeybees to help them mark nectar-bearing flowers. So geraniol is the same scent of the hormone scent that honeybees produce to mark where flowers are for other bees to be able to come and pollinate. So they will geraniums, if you plant them around your garden, will attract honeybees to pollinate, but it will repel mosquitoes. But using citronellol on yourself in a place like a garden where bees are going to be in abundance is probably not a good idea. It will deter mosquitoes, but it probably will be very tasty and very attractive to the bees around you. So it's important information to have. Also, it's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antifungal, and antiseptic. Let's look, forgot to underline that. Benefits and uses of citronella essential oil. Antibacterial properties, anti-infectious properties, it's mood boosting, it relieves spasms, anti-inflammatory, it removes bad odors, increases sweat production, which is detoxifying for the body. It's a stimulant and a tonic for the body. And last but not least, our third one today, oil of Clary Sage. Linolyl acetate makes up about 50% of the overall constituents of the oil of Clary Sage. And then we have linalool, caryophyllene, there we go, aterpeneol, geraniol, and then we have neryl acetate, sclereol, and germacrene D. Yeah, there we go. Let's break them up into their proper categories. We have monoterpenes, geraniol, which is a monoterpenoid, again, comes from a monoterpene, aterpeneol. Then we have our sesquiterpenes, germacrene D, caryophyllene. And then we have our acetate esters, which are neryl acetate and linolyl acetate. And then we have our terpene alcohol, linalool, and then diterpene alcohol, sclereol. So a terpene, the diterpene, it's just mentioning the number of rings that are inside the carbon for the carbon bonds of that structure. So this is 1 ring, 2 ring. So that's the difference. So let's look at 4 of the constituents of the oil of Clary Sage. Linolyl acetate is analgesic, anti-inflammatory, and antihypertensive. And again, linolyl acetate is the constituent that makes up the most, about 50% of the overall makeup of the oil of Clary Sage. And then germacrene D, it's cytotoxic and antibacterial properties. Sclereol, it's cytotoxic and antibacterial properties. Aterpeneol, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, proliferative, enhances the skin penetration, and its anti-cancer activity. So enhances the skin penetration. This is something that is important to know. So if you're using Clary Sage in a blend, that whatever oils, whatever bases you use, and whatever, if you have not purchased pure essential oils, that whatever is used as a fixative inside of the brand of essential oil that you have bought is going to be pushed deeper. Anything you put on you will be pushed deeper using Clary Sage as a enhancing for skin penetration. And again, another one I forgot to underline. Benefits and uses of Clary Sage essential oils. So it fights depression, it reduces convulsions, it relieves spasms, it prevents bacterial infections, it's an aphrodisiac, it's an antioxidant, it reduces skin inflammation, menstruation regulator, supports the nervous system, and it lowers blood pressure. I made myself a little note over here so I didn't forget. You should avoid alcohol, consuming large amounts of alcohol while using Clary Sage, especially if you use a lot of Clary Sage. It can make you nauseous, even a lot. It is a sedative. So if you use alcohol, a large amount of alcohol on top of the Clary Sage, it's not going to go well for you. It could have some long-lasting bad effects, or you might not wake up. That's what I'm kind of thinking, is it's possibly could kill you. I don't know if it ever has, but that's a warning for you, is that to avoid consuming large amounts of alcohol while using Clary Sage. And there's also too that since Clary Sage is an estrogen regulator, it's not recommended for prepubescent boys, as it can cause them to develop breast. This along with lavender, but it's a higher risk with Clary Sage, as it does contain it does have a higher risk with it. So that again is another thing to consider when purchasing essential oils and using essential oils in your home and around your family. So that's the benefits of Citronella. What's the other one we did there? Clary Sage and Clove. So those are the 3 essential oils we went through today. I would like to thank you for watching this video. I think it's video number 9. I'm starting to lose track a little bit. I would also like to thank my sponsor, Amber Quickie Soaps. Beautifully handcrafted artisan soaps made in small batch production to ensure the quality of every bar. You can check out my friend and mentor's store at amberquickysoaps.com to see her stock and what's available, and free shipping for purchases of $19 and over. And also you can check out her Facebook page at Amber Quickie Soaps to keep up to date on her latest creations. And you can also join my Facebook group, Essential Understanding FSAT, where you can join in with a community of other people looking to learn about essential oils and how they apply to their lives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.